everybody, it's EK from EK Gorman Designs, and I am sneaking in here today because I have another 5 fast cards featuring the White Rose Crafts May Barista Blend subscriptions kit. This is the second part in my 3-part series where I make 5 fast cards using just the supplies in the kit, plus my card frames, plus tape. Okay, so there's a little bit of things that aren't in the kit that are personally mine. There's a handful of colored cardstock and this water pen you see here working, but for the most part, I'm really using what's coming in the kit. Yes. It is that full of a rich kit. If you are a coffee fan, this kit is going to fuel your heart. If you've missed the first part or the unboxing where I actually show everything that's in this kit, I will put links below in the little blurby thing so you can find it. The first card I wanted to be whimsically fun, and I kept thinking, oh gosh, I'm really going to screw this up. Like, I used the mulberry paper and I used the water brush to get this really great texture edge. The mulberry paper pulls apart with water. It's very cool. And then I used a piece of the printed paper and a little bit of the back to make the pink border frame. The brown paper you see, the textured brown paper, is actually the 12 by 12 paper from the kit that I trimmed up to 4 by 5.25 inches to add to my white card frame. And I planted I have no idea what I trimmed it up to. It's probably 4 by 5.5. See, I get talking and I mess up. Anyway, I wanted this card to be whimsically fun. And as of right now, it's a grandma card. Well, it's not a grandma card because I still think it's cool and hip, but it's floral and it's lacy. So I wasn't certain it was going to work when I added my whimsy coffee girl. And I grabbed a couple sentiments, and it says, but first, coffee, and I tucked them under the lace so it looks like a banner sticking out. And at this point, I'm like, oh man, I really wrecked the card. Like, it's just not going to work. However, the moment I added the sequins, I think the whole card pulled together. I was really, really excited of how the first card came out. So, here we go. I'm wrapping up the first card. Super simple, no coloring. Everything's just pieced together with ephemera and paper. And I think I got that whimsical fun look I was looking for. For card 2, I definitely want to utilize this really cool Doodlebug sticker set with the coffee and the beans. And I thought it might be really fun to add one last April submission to the White Rose Crafts sketch challenge that they do every month. So I used the sketch for April and kind of played off of it to create this card, making one last sketch card because I thought it would be really, really fun. I used a little bit of black cardstock. I probably should have gone with a craft paper, but there's black on the coffee cups in the print, so I thought it would work. And once I added the pink trim over, the black didn't seem so glaring. Now for the super simple part of this, I took the stickers out and just popped them on. I have never really used 3-dimensional stickers, and now I'm kind of addicted to them because they make cards look really cute without a whole lot of effort. There's the sketch for the April 2019, and here is the finished card. See how it kind of works like the sketch? I thought it did. For card 3, I wanted it to look like a chalkboard. I love this paper here. This is one of my favorite pieces from the pack. It's just got a whole bunch of fun coffee sayings, and I matted it with a piece of my personal black cardstock. Now, I thought I trimmed it up real nice and neat. I didn't, so I ended up trimming just a bit more off the edge and adding it to my A2 card frame. Wow, I'm working way too slow. But there we go. To finish the card, I thought I'd pull out a piece of the ephemera with a nice hello there, and then use this awesome sticker that's included in the sticker sheet, plus the coffee drink. So I tucked the coffee right behind the sticker, and I added the piece of ephemera, and that's it. Super simple card, but I think it's really fun. I don't think it looks simple, and I don't think looks like I made it in 5 minutes. Card 3, I turned the card on its side, so the opening seems kind of funny, but I don't mind that. And I pulled out this long sticker from the sticker page and backed it with a little bit of my personal craft paper. And then I just adhered it onto the card frame sideways. I ended up using score tape instead of my runner because the sticker's kind of heavy and I didn't want the weight to separate in the card, so I used the really super sturdy score tape. I added a real simple sentiment, it's always coffee time since there's so many people in line, and pulled out the Nouveau drops that are included in this month's kit to add just a bit of bling. I realized it wasn't quite enough, so I brought out the exclusive to this kit Sparkle Blend collection of coffee-themed sequin mix. Wow, that's a lot of words. And added a few of those to the card just to finish off the look of the whole thing. And I really like the way this turned out. Not my traditional crafting style, and yet at the same time it kind of feels like me. So there's card 4. Perfect little image finishing off a nice coffee themed card. For card 5, I wanted to pull out some more of the mulberry lace. What's funny is I have this huge sheet of mulberry lace paper, and I keep using these teeny tiny little pieces of it to add accent like one would with ribbon or lace. Again, I use my water brush to distress the edges and to have that nice fine frayed edge look, and added some score tape to the back of the mulberry lace so I could adhere it to the brown textured cardstock that's included in the kit. Again, this is that 12 by 12 piece of paper that I trimmed down to fit my needs, because I don't need 12 by 12 paper. And I did this technique on both sides of the mulberry lace. What's funny is the first piece was really, really solid. There weren't any giant holes. The second piece had that major hole at the bottom, so I lost the end. Thank goodness my 4x4 piece of textured cardstock, I kept at that dimension, because otherwise I would have been in some real trouble. What's funny is I could have actually put the side I adhered the mulberry lace to, I could have used that flipped up. I put it on the back, and the card for a little while looked just like it was hairy. Yeah, the card looked like it was hairy. But I added it to my card frame, and again, still thinking hairy card. But when I pulled out a little bit of pink thin pieces of paper and added as a frame, I lost the hairy feel and went back to having a nice lace piece of ribbon tucked under my, instead of weird monster fur coming out of it. There are lots of little stickers on the sticker sheet that I would never normally use. It's just I don't reach for stickers much, let alone teeny tiny little stickers. So I thought I'd use all the little stickers left on the sticker sheet and just kind of stick them all over this brown piece of cardstock before I added my sentiment on from the ephemera piece. Now you'll see I'm just randomly placing them, and then I realized they're not well placed. Like, they're not well placed at all. And the moment I laid down the ephemera piece to really like peek at it, I realized how poorly I had planned. Now, if you watch many of my cards, you know I poorly plan all of my cards because I don't go into a plan with my cards. I have an idea and I just kind of run with it like a crazy person. But the stickers were able to lift up and pop back down without any worse for the wear, so it worked. See, I'm still adjusting things. But in the end, I really did like how the card came out. I thought it was a fun addition and a really great way to use up the teeny tiny little stickers. There is this week another bonus card using one of the card frames included in the kit, and you only get to see the bonus card if you watch the video all the way to the end. So if you watch this video all the way to this point, give yourself a round of applause because you're special. Or I appreciate you, one or the other, take your pick. I took one of the stamps out of the really cool stamp set, and it's just these little coffee beans, and I used them to stamp out just a little bit of print on the back of the card, or on the front of the card, so it had some visual interest. And then, of course, because I can't help myself, I stamped the coffee beans onto the envelope as well. The back here was supposed to look a little bit like a heart. I think I got kind of close. I pulled out a scrap of printed paper from my scrap pile of papers that I've used, and the sentiment. Now, the sentiment wasn't going to work because it's I love Moo Brew and you, but I knew I could pull out a sticker and pop it over the Moo Brew. So it says, I love coffees and friends and you. And I thought that was actually kind of a clever way to utilize the stamp and the sticker at the same time. I had a little trouble reading it, so I thought I'd shadow it with some white paper. Maybe not the greatest idea I've had in the world, but you can read it, so it works. And I pulled this little coffee cup sticker out and added it. A few drops of Nuvo to add a little fanciness to the card, and a handful of sequins, I think my bonus card this week is really special despite its simplicity and how easy it is to create. Now you're going to get to watch me fight my glossy accents. I am at the end of my glossy accents file. I'm going to have to order a new one. So it's fun watching me fight the sequence. I want to thank you for watching another installment of 5 Fast Cards. Their last checking as this goes to publication, there's one kit left. So get over and order it now. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck ordering just little small pieces of the kit. Thanks for popping in today, and until next time, happy crafting.